What's up, guys? College football tips here, and I know it's been about I think a week and a half or so since 11 days since I last put up my week 12 kind of predictions, and I didn't put a week 12 breakdown or a week 13 predictions because Thanksgiving I was at home and I was also kind of sick, and I also got a new dog, so that all that combined kind of really put a damper on this. But I'm here. I'm gonna finish the season out strong with potentially just a quick breakdown of Week 12. Because we already know what happened. That was about 2 weeks ago, and then a quick breakdown of what just happened this past weekend. So I like as normal, and then we'll go on to the future for the bowl games, or not. Well, the championships first, and then we'll go into bowl games later this month. But without further ado, let's just get into this video. Alright, so won't stay here too long. This is what I should have broken down a little bit ago, but nothing too big happened a couple weeks ago. Michigan did almost lose. That was big. TCU had a nasty kick that they last second there. So this was the big thing. I forgot about that. South Carolina decimated Tennessee. USC and UCLA, what a battle that one was. Another one. Oregon barely keeping it there. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Another big one. Oh, North Carolina lost, I was like, damn, all right. That kind of took me by surprise. Oh yeah, Oklahoma beat up Oklahoma State, so they were out of the Big 12. But yeah, that's all that really happened in Week 12. Nothing crazy, except for a couple things. But Week 13 is what just happened, and this one, this was a wild week. It was a little bit insane. I am not gonna lie. So let's just kind of kick it off here. Louisville, Kentucky. I want to say Louisville probably was favored. I think, maybe probably not. Kentucky might have been favored on this one, but Kentucky came away with a win. Good way to end the regular season for Kentucky. I like it on a good win like that. 26-13 at home, so good for them. Will Levis projected like a top 10. Weird pick. I don't know if he can be. I don't see him being that high up. I just can't, to be honest with you guys. I don't know how he can be. I just haven't seen him do much. I get it, everybody says he's NFL ready, yeah, but I just don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, moving on to number 23, because 24 was Cincinnati, so we're going on 23. Texas and Baylor. Man, I can't believe we're back in the top 10, or top 25. Man, it's just in and out, all year for us. But a great way to end the regular season as well. Good home win. Roschon absolutely just went off on them. Bijan went even more off, as usual. And man, it was sad. It was senior night for Texas. Seeing all the seniors about to leave, ones that I really wanted to keep going and keep playing well. I mean, Whittington, Roschon, Ungalau, who got injured early in the preseason, which I wanted him to play so bad. All these seniors that should have played, man, and did play. I am thankful for them. Big Texas fan as I am. But man, I just gotta watch. We just gotta watch this. This was towards the end of the game. It was sick. If I play, okay, there we go. Just gonna mute it. Man, it was sick. He just whips her out of the ground on a 2nd and 8. Yeet! And I was like, oh, this is it. Oh, I was like, good. That's about to seal the deal. And it almost did. Man, him and Bijan, man, I'm gonna miss both of them. He's going because of senior, and Bijan's leaving just because, man, he's probably about to win the Doak Walker. So great win for Texas. Oh, and also the Bijan chant was fantastic at the end. Really sad, if I'm being honest. Man, I wish we had done more with him. But 22 was UCF and South Florida. Dude, this was close. When they came back in the third, everybody was like, "Oh man, they were starting to really come back." And then UCF pulled it up. But South Florida's 1-11, man. I was like, "Oh my god!" I heard about it. I didn't really see it much, but I did see that they were coming back, and I was like, "Whoa!" But UCF is, man, they finished all strong as well. 9-3 on the season, so good for them. 21 was. I don't even know who 21 was. Gotta find 21. Oregon State. Oh my god! This one. Okay, yeah. This is another one, man. Okay, third quarter, I was like, Oregon's got this. Oregon's got this. It was like 31 to something. Everybody was like, whatever. Dude, I turned off the game. I didn't even watch it. I came back and I'm like, what? 38 to 34? Wait, what happened? And Oregon State's defenses came back, man, and it was insane. God, man, so many of these this week. I was like, what, dude? Ugh, it was nuts. Cannot believe Oregon lost. Man, that was really crazy. So, great win for Oregon State, man. 9-3. They're the exact same as Oregon. 9-3 and 9-3. There's no reason to say, man, that was nuts. Damn it, I should have saved that. My bad, guys. I kind of I've been breaking my rule. I'm trying to go where I say the topper team first. So I already talked about this, but I might give it a brief nod later in the video. But 21 Oregon and Oregon State. So moving on to 20, which is also by its lonesome up here. Ole Miss lost, which is kind of showing Jackson Dart isn't the. I don't know. There just seems to be some tension there in Ole Miss after, as soon as he got those rumors that he was quitting or leaving for, not Jackson Dart, but Lane Kiffin was leaving for Auburn. Everything kind of went a little bit wacky. Kind of like Jackson Dart, to be honest. I think he's nice. I think he's just a sophomore, though, isn't he? Yeah, dude, he's got a whole nother year. I could see him being really good next year. Since Lane Kiffin's now staying, I could really see him staying. But Mike Leach getting that Egg Bowl dub, you know, that was pretty sick, especially on a turkey night, you know. I miss that because that's just what Texas and Texas A&M did, you know. And this was a Friday, which was cool, but man, I miss that for so much. 19 Tulane, they played Cincinnati, got the win. Looked really close and weird at times, but man, this was a kind of a battle. It was kind of nice to watch this on a Friday. Same with the Texas one, you know. It was like I love watching football every day. It's kind of fun. But a good win, great win for Tulane. You know, they're 10-2 on the season, beating Cincinnati, who was in the playoffs last year. So man, that's still nuts to think about. UCLA beat Cal, so kind of a good in-conference rival there. I think DTR played good again, or did he play? Yeah, he played. He played all right. I'm not sure how much he ran, but usually he runs a lot too. But their run game was insane there, as you see, 119 yards. But Cal's quarterback, man, 4 TDs. That's pretty crazy stat there. But finishing out the season good. They're strong, 9-3 again for UCLA. So kind of good for UCLA to get that. Pac-12 football, man, I admired it a little bit more this year. I'm not gonna lie. I've never really cared about it, and this year it's fascinating. North Carolina, man, another one of these where I was like, oh my god. It went to OT and they lost in double OT. North Carolina looked almost like a dark horse for a playoff contender. And I was like, oh my gosh, they could possibly edge it out if they just kept winning and then beat Clemson. They could have been there, but no. Man, I love Mac Brown and I kind of like what Drake May does, but man, NC State is hardcore. They came back and won this bad boy here in the OT, so they held on there. Good for them. Florida State beat Florida, so good, another in-state rival. Florida, man, I don't know what's wrong with Florida. They're just mediocre, middle of the road, 6-6. Not good for either of them, but Florida State's on a better path. Sorry, still a little sick, like I said. But Florida State was on a better path there. You know, they had a good run game, good pass game, so can't really blame them there. Their defense played pretty well too, so good for FSU on getting that win. Number 15, I want to say that was Notre Dame, so 14. Utah, massive win over Colorado. No surprise there. Utah's a good team. I love Cam Rising, man. That guy's a savage. I love them. Man, he's cool. And then Kincaid, man, one of the top tight ends that should be drafted. I mean, I liking this guy. I think he can fit on a lot of good teams there. A lot of good teams and a good tight end. Kincaid is one of those. So good on them. Washington, same thing. You know, Penix playing great. They're wow. Okay, they're 10-2. I didn't even realize this. Ooh. Now I'd like to see the Pac-12 here. If I could. Standings for the Pac-12. Where's that? Oh, it's the same thing as the Big 12, right? Yeah, same thing as the Big 12. Okay. Wow. Wait, so is Oregon or Washington beat Oregon? Oh my God, Washington's gonna go. Or is it Utah? Utah beat. No, Oregon beat Utah, so Washington lost to Utah. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking here. I didn't play Utah. Washington's gonna go. All right, so we got Washington and man, that's interesting. All right, Washington's a good team. Kind of surprised. I like Penix though, and that guy is savage. I remember that one time. I think it was Indiana, was it? Oh man, that game a couple years ago. It was like a nighttime game, one of the first of the seasons. It was sick, man. I really like Penix. But damn, good win on Washington over Washington State. That was clutch for them. They needed that win. Man, number 12, dude. All week I was just telling myself, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Nah, dude. Getting my hopes up, you know. I'm like, Kansas, they're 6-5, man. That's the first time in ever. They're kind of good. I'm like, all right, maybe they can do it. Maybe they can get the dub here. Maybe they can actually beat Kansas State. Maybe Texas can go to the Big 12 championship. No, Kansas can't do shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kansas can't do anything. Kansas just can't be. They're Kansas. They're gonna be Kansas no matter what they're gonna do. They can't win. Kansas State, man, just came up with massive points in that first quarter, and I was just like, this is over. Whatever. I gave up believing. Deuce Vaughn, man, he's so little, and he's so strong and fast. Man, he's a good running back. I'm not going to lie. He reminds me so much of Darren Sproles. Same guy. Also went to K-State. K-State and these small running backs. It's insane. K-State with a good dub. Onto the Big 12 championship. So good for them. Penn State, man. Michigan looked like it was... Dude, my school sucks. I go to MSU and they're terrible. They're 5-7. Didn't make a bowl game. Desperately trying to make one. They think they just announced their kickers transferring. A lot of people are kind of looking meh on them right now. They had like 7 guys banned or suspended. One guy's in jail now after that Michigan fight. Penn State just put it on there towards the end. I was just watching this. I was like, a bloodbath. I was in a restaurant. I was like, man, this is terrible. Sucks for Michigan State, but Penn State with a good win. Tennessee, man, they smacked Vanderbilt. It's Vanderbilt. What do I expect? Milton did good though. He played well. He ran well. The run game was insane though for the running back. Right, as you can see here, he did pretty damn good. But Tennessee with a nice win. Oregon, we just kind of talked about that, but man, it sucks to be Oregon right now. They totally had that in their hands, dude. They it was all on them to win. It was all on them to win, and they lost it themselves. It's on them that they're not going to the Pac-12. South Carolina and Clemson, man, another one where I kind of thought it. I was like, yeah, this is gonna happen. Clemson ain't gonna win. I just thought of it because of last week. I was like, man, South Carolina, dude, they beat Tennessee. Rattler did Rattler things. I think he threw a pick 6 though, didn't he? If I'm not wrong. How many picks did he throw? Yeah, I think he did throw a pick 6. They got a safety. Did he get a pick six? Yeah. Yep. He had a big six in the beginning of the game. I remember that now. Okay. Yeah, but then that fumble, that muffed. The dude muffed a punt. And then 2 costly fumbles. So, Clemson, man, you made some mistakes. And they should fix it up next year, though. But, Rattler and the Gamecocks getting that dub. So, good for South Carolina. The Iron Bowl, number 7 with Bama and Auburn. Man, Auburn's looking like crap this year. They just hired Breeze, the Liberty coach, I think. So, they're in that weird phase. Bryce Young, I mean, Auburn, you knew was going to win this game. Bryce Young played well. The run game was good for both sides. But, Bama's going to be Bama. They won. Oh, here's another big one here. USC, man. I hate Caleb Williams. I just don't like him, especially after last year at after Oklahoma. He's a Oklahoma prodigy there with Lincoln Riley. But man, they swiftly won this. They're looking like they're going to be the fourth team to be in the playoffs here, but man, Notre Dame didn't have it in them. The first quarter when USC kind of just scored real fast, and I was like, because USC's a good team, and Caleb Williams is a damn good quarterback, dude, and he's probably gonna win the Heisman now. I mean, after last week really sealed it for me. Once he beat UCLA, I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna win the Heisman. I thought Stroud was. He was the only other person probably in talks. But after this week, no, sir, Caleb Williams is definitely going to win it. But LSU, all right, that was it for USC. But moving on to number 5, LSU and Texas A&M. And LSU, I kind of knew they were a little bit of a pretender. Dude, everybody's rating Alabama so high that it made LSU look so much better than they were. And LSU's not as good as people think they are. Jalen Daniels is okay. But they're just not as good, and especially because Texas A&M's run game was insane. 215, 38 carries. And, dude, talk about the exodus from this place, too. On A&M, even though they won this game, a massive exodus. They didn't make a bowl game. Same kind of situation as us from last year. We didn't make a bowl game, yet we were in a kind of a better position than A&M was last year for Texas. It's because Texas had a brand new coach, first year. It's like, okay, we get it. We went 8-something this year, 8-4, 8-5, and A&M, they should have been good this year. They really should have. All these 5 stars they're getting, all this other people they're getting, all this other money, whatever. No, even though they won this game, dude, something's up with the culture there at A&M. We don't know, but LSU still lost. That's the whole point of this little one here. Crazy because they're out now of any chance of getting the playoffs. TCU kept it rolling, man. They slaughtered Iowa State. Now, Duggan could be another dark horse for Heisman, so. But, dude, Williams he plays better to me. I don't know. But still, Duggan, man, they whooped ass, and especially the run game. So, good win for TCU. Now, this one is the only really one that I firmly was like, oh my god, dude, because I live here in Michigan, like I said, so I know a lot of Michigan fans. And I watched this one, and man, I was so happy. I hate Ohio State here, man. You gotta know, if you just live in Michigan, you just hate Ohio State. It's the same thing with in Texas. Mainly Austin. You just don't like Oklahoma. It's just the same feeling, and that's why I kind of like the rivalry up here. It feels the same as Texas and Oklahoma, but man, dude, towards the second half of this game, dude, Michigan is a fantastic second half team. They pull stuff out of their ass like no other. Donovan Edwards with 216 yards. A lot of that's inflated because 2 of those carries were like 75 yards. It was insane. Dude got like mad points in the last quarter. Cornelius Johnson, man, with 2 massive receptions for touchdowns. JJ playing great. CJ Stroud playing middle. He played good in the first half, but after that, he did not play that well. Oh my gosh, dude, that second half was awesome for Michigan fans. Good for them. Georgia Tech had it kind of coming here for number 1 Georgia, but no, Georgia pulled through as always, and they won this one. But man, that was a little bit nuts here. So for week 13, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these are all different. So I'm not really gonna talk about this. I'm really only gonna talk about the top 10 here. A lot of these teams are kind of in position here. I mean, you see Clemson's number in the AP because every time this doesn't come out till Wednesday, the actual college football one. So I'm just gonna go for the top 10. Clemson obviously has to go down. Washington went up, which is interesting. Penn State went up. Tennessee went up. I don't know how, but I don't agree with that. Yeah, this is all up to debate. It all kind of depends on how this weekend's going to go. But I know for a fact right now, this is firm. These three, easily firm. You got Georgia, Michigan, TCU. Everything else up for debate right now, and we'll see how this next weekend goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the breakdown of this next weekend. It's going to be pretty interesting with the championships. So we'll see you then. Peace out.